Hi guys, welcome back to the shed and welcome back to part 3 on the Honda C90 modifications. Before we get into any shed work, I'd like to say a massive thank you for all the comments, all the likes and all the new subscribers. It gives me a nice warm fuzzy feeling inside to know that people are enjoying the content that I'm putting out. So thanks again. And if you're still watching now, you might as well hit the button before I bore the pants off you. Right, what's on the agenda today? So at the end of part 2, we've got the bike running again. And today, initially, was going to be, let's get these clutches sorted out and do the modifications. However, it's been playing on my mind all week, what gains have I got from the head work that I've done? So we're going to deviate slightly from the plan. We're going to mess around with carburetors today and try and get a few runs in on the bike to see if I've made any difference to the power at all. So currently the bike is running a 28mm carburetor. And I'm going to start back with a 26. Okay, so I've got two nibbies side by side here. So we've got the 28mm that I've just taken off the bike, and we've got his previous carburetor, which was the nibby 26mm. When I first converted the bike, I started off with a 26, and that was good for up to 73 miles an hour. Done a bit of tuning on it, pulled lovely through the rev range, no issues at all. However, it was starting to lean out at top end. Once I put the airflow meter on, realised. So I went for a bigger carb. Obviously a 28mm is deemed for over a 250cc. However, you know, it run lovely top end, wouldn't lean out, but it did run really rich on the bottom end regardless of what I did. But I did get a nice acceleration curve throughout the whole rev range, never spluttered, and the same with the 26. So what we're going to do for the first part of tuning is go back to the 26. Nibby say these are good up to 200 cc's. So what we're going to do now is just put the original jets back in, what Nibby consider to be the correct jets for this size of carburetor, or a good starting point. But we do have loads of pilots and loads of main jets to mess around with. Also, we can mess around with the needle position. This was originally running a 40 pilot, a 115 main, and I had the needle clip position on number 4. So factory settings is 110 main, a 40 pilot, and the needle clip position on 3. So we're just going to put it back to standard. That'll give us a good starting point, and then we can modify from there onwards. Okay, so we've got the 26mm carb here. We're just going to check the jets that are already in it, and it should already be on a 110 and a 40, but we'll have a quick jet check on the jets. Yeah, my bad eyesight. 110 main and a 40 pilot, so they're already in there anyway, so that's good. The only other adjustment we've got to make is return the air screw to 1.5 turns out, which puts it back to standard. So let's screw that all the way in. So what we got? We got half, 1, 1.5 from seated. Perfect. So reassemble this, put it back on the bike. Okay, before we take the bike out, we'll give her a start up just to make sure she runs. See how much compression she's got today. Hello guys, we're out on the bike. So we've got the initial jets in the carb, and this is just a test to see what the carb's doing. So we've got two ways of knowing. We've got the airflow meter, and we've got the way the bike rides. Getting the bike to this point was a bit of a nightmare to ride. The bike is very rich, as you'll see on the screen as we start going. And the good thing is this road is actually closed. So you can see we're about right 13 on the airflow meter, but as soon as I hit the throttle, it starts to richen out. So cruising, absolutely perfect, 14, 13.6.
acceleration, there you go, straight into richness, so way too rich. Yeah, it's rich on acceleration, as you see, slowing down. The airflow meter comes back on, and we're doing about 14, 13. See, that's perfect. You want that throughout the rev range. I'm no expert in tuning carbs, but you know, you can't get it right throughout the whole rev range. Something's got to give, and I'd much rather have it rich down the bottom end, but obviously on acceleration I want to see at least 12 on the clock. There you go, straight back to rich. So it's even riching out on the tick over. So I'm going to take the bike back. I think the first thing I'll do is smaller pilot jet, get rid of the richness down the bottom end, and take it for another run.
Okay, we're back in the shed. We're going to get these jets changed over. So from the way the bike rode, it was very hesitant and erratic on the first quarter throttle, which would suggest it was running rich. Also, the airflow meter told us that. The only time it was running, you know, with the right fuel-air ratio was when the throttle was just relaxed and we were cruising along at about 40 miles an hour. As soon as I accelerated, the bike started to richen up. So we got way too much fuel going in. So you're only supposed to change things one at a time and then try it. However, because we had two different things going on there, definitely the bottom end ticking over would say it was rich. So we're going to lean up the pilot jet. So we've got a number 40 in there. I reckon a 30. We're going to drop it by 10. Because I was well off the scale, completely rich. And then as we accelerate, we know it starts riching out. So we have a 110 main. We're going to go down to a 105. So we're going to do two things only. Like I said earlier, we're only supposed to do one. But from the way it rode and what I could see on the airflow meter, I could see definitely too rich at the bottom end and too rich on acceleration. So let's see what this does.
Okay, we're back on it again. I was had to go and deliver a birthday card. So I've actually been out once before this, getting quite boring. The bike's still riding bad. So getting closer to the numbers. We're running a little bit lean now on the bottom end. So I did put a 30 pilot from a 40. Now it's got a 35. Quarter throttle, half throttle, it's running in the range you want it. As soon as you go for wide open throttle, it just goes rich again. I'm starting to think the carburetor is not too big. Or, sorry, not big enough. So you're cruising along at 30 mile an hour, 14.6 there, leaned out 15.1. As soon as I accelerate, very quickly does it richen up. Yeah, it's very rich on the top end. It's almost like it can't get enough air. I've gone down from a 110, tried the 105, now we're on the 100. It's still too rich on wide open throttle. I'm not worried about the leanness at the bottom end because I can drop the needle, raise the needle, give it more fuel. You're just trying to get it ballpark right throughout the range without dropping the needles or lifting the needle. But yeah, bit of trial and error. I wanted to start again with the 26 because that should be the right size of carb, but it's just not performing well. So I think it's back to the shed, 28mm carb back on it, original settings, and let's see what we get. Okay, this is probably going to be the last run of the night. So we've gone back with the 28mm carb with velocity stat. The bike's running a lot better. Let's see what she does. So under acceleration, 13. 13. Me, is she quick? Yeah, didn't really go into the richness at all. Goes into the richness on tick over. Let me shut the visor, you might be able to hear me. Goes into the richness on tick over, so might need a slightly smaller jet. But yeah, just cruising along at 40, we're looking at 13.4, 12 point, still slightly rich, but she's bloody powerful for what she is. Wow, that has made some difference. You know, I wanted to try the 26mm carb, but obviously it was a waste of time, but at least we've gone through that. You know, like I said, I'm not a carb expert, but everything I know and everything I read tells me that a 28mm carb is way too big for this engine, but it seems to like it. I think this is going to be the only run for, well, last run on the 28 for tonight. There she goes. 40 in seconds. Yeah, pretty good. Definitely got more pull than she had before. Yeah, well worth it. We just got to get this carburation right. So on that note, I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so we're back on the bike. So changed the jets. We're currently running 12.2, so still slightly rich, but that's pretty good on tick over. We're going to give it another run now, and let's see what happens. It felt quick getting in, the clutch kept slipping, but yeah, it feels like it's got way more power. .8, 13.3. Yeah, she's definitely quick. Definitely quicker than what she was. Right, we're cruising at 40, 45, 14, 13.5. Yeah, good fuel ratio, goes slightly rich there. Still rich on acceleration, which is fine. You need a bit of that. What I want is to make sure it's perfect for cruising, so 40, 45, 50, just in the rich zone. But yeah, definitely got some pull, no pops, no bangs. Yeah, quite happy with that. Right, let's try again pulling away. Just got a bit of a splutter at the first quarter, still running a bit too rich. Try and lean that out a bit. Yeah, fun. Yeah, quite happy with the fueling throughout the rev range. Just a little splutter as you pull away. I'm going to try and tune that out in a second and go for one more run and then take her home. Right, let's have another go. It is freezing cold out here. No car coming, we'll wait for that to go past. Oh, that's better. Yeah, I'm not going to try and wheelie it yet. Yeah, running great throughout the 13.8, 14, right where the fueling needs to be. Talking about fuel, ain't got none. That's a right. Last one up the road, and then that's it for today. She doesn't lean out at all, doesn't richen out on throttle. Absolutely rapid. Yeah, that was touching 55, 60 then. Speedo's about 5 mile an hour out against the sat nav. Next time I take it out, I'll have the sat nav on so we can see what it's doing. Okay, we're going back to the shed, and the next video will be the clutch conversion. Get rid of this slip-ring clutch. So if you did enjoy it, give us a like, subscribe, leave a comment. All advice is welcome, and I'll see you in the next one.